Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me today. Look at all these colours. So this is an interesting colour challenge that's been set in a Facebook group. All of these colours are the C's in the Stampin' Up collection. So there was a similar challenge before, and they all just so happen to be CCs sort of thing. So this is every one that we've got. So there's 7 colours here, and the challenge is to make something using all of these. So at first I was like, "Ooh, wow, what are we going to do with that?" But I felt like aside from the Coastal Cabana, we had a very autumnal palette going on. So I've gone with the Forever Fern set to help me meet this challenge. And this is the card that we're going to make. Okay, so I've brought in the crumb cake on the card base and also the crushed curry, partly because I didn't have any Coastal Cabana, to be fair. I think it would look nice with the Coastal Cabana around the edge actually and give it a bit of a pop. And then using the Coastal Cabana instead just to add some texture in the background. So this is what we are going to replicate today for you. Really was quite simple to do. I've just realised I haven't got my crushed curry layer ready, so I'm just going to rummage in my scrap little thing here that I've got, because I know I've got a piece that will fit. So we can do that. Have it. Okay, so loads and loads going on. I'll put these to one side at the moment, push these back out of the way so that we can get some cutting done. So I've already got a crumb cake card base, that's fine. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer and I'm going to cut this layer. Can you still see my measurements on there? Yeah, you can. This would normally be 4 inches wide. We're going to take it down to 3 3/4. This would normally be 5 3/4, so we'll take it to 5 1/2. So that's our crushed curry layer ready to go, and our Whisper White needs to be a little smaller again, so we'll take that down to 3 5/8. And 5 3/8. And that should, she says, hopefully fit perfectly over there. Okay, that's what we're doing. We are going to need a bit of scrap paper brought in because we might end up going off the edge of our card, and we need a bit of scrap as well. Just bring in some scrap. Okay, scraps for our sentiment, which we're going to punch out. We'll do that in a moment. Okay then, so we will start then with our large leaf here to sort of set the scene. We're going to use cinnamon cider. Now these are all merely serving suggestions, to be honest with you. I mean, if you decide that you want to do some of these, if you want to do the images in slightly different colours within the colour palette, then please feel free. This is what I've gone with. So these guys are almost setting up our frame, if you like. Okay, and the sentiment's going to come across here. Alright, now I've got my stamping chamois in off to my left here, so I'm going to clean things off as I go and put away each of the ink pads. So that's cinnamon cider. Okay, we're now going to bring in this sort of, I don't know whether they're really strange, really round leaves, almost look like berries. I'm going to do those with Calypso Coral, which is quite an orangey red colour compared to the others. But we're gonna put a bit of that up there just to bring in some brightness. We're just going to do the one of those. Again, I'm going to clean and put away as I go. And then we're going to fill in around there with this smaller leaf using the Cajun Craze. Okay. Now, I'm just thinking, actually, I really should get my sentiment done. So I'm going to use the cherry cobbler for that. And the reason I say that is I want to have that on done and punched so that I can make sure my additional elements are going to fit around that nicely. Cherry cobbler, and I'm actually using the Posted For You rectangle postage punch. It's really nice, not too fussy, but gives some nice detail. So I'll pop that away. So if that sentiment's going to go somewhere like there, I just want to make sure that these images come into the correct area. Okay, so I want to put one about there and there. See here, we can push them out a bit further if we know where we're aiming for. And then these ones we can fill in and take off the edge, because again that looks more natural. We've got things going off the edge here and there. There is a bit of a gap here, but I think once we've added all the other little bits, that's going to look great. There we are. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to add our coastal cabana. So this central portion isn't going to be seen. So we don't want to aim too much in there. And I'm going to use first and second generation ink. And we'll go 3 up there. And we'll go 1 and 2 and maybe put this one down here, 3. So it's sort of spreading the image out. Across the card and giving it that sort of interest, if you like. And I might even stamp off twice, and I'm just going to bring in some at the edge, I think. You see, I'm being dead careful about it. And it just sort of gives it that, just fills in the gaps basically. Okay, and then once we've put the sentiment over the top, that's going to diffuse nicely. Let's get this stuck down with our stamp and seal. Forgot what did you hear my brain stop and think, I don't know what that's called. Okay, straight onto our crushed curry. This can go straight onto our card base. We're not lifting it up, we're just putting it flat. Be good for a bloke actually. Straight onto the card base, which is crumb cake. Just like to make sure it's all firmed down. We're going to add our sentiment with dimensionals just to give it some lift. beautiful. And then we can pull in some embellishments, and these Playing with Patterns resin dots are Crushed Curry and Coastal Cabana there. So I'd used the Crushed Curry one on the sample. Now I'm wondering whether actually the Coastal Cabana would have been a better fit. So let's do the Coastal Cabana ones on this one. I think it would have helped bring out this Coastal Cabana sort of background that we've created. And if you do them in sets of 3, just make that visual triangle. It just helps bring the elements together. Put those away. So, what do we think? I don't know. Don't know whether the Cabana ones are better than the Crushed Curry ones or what. I do think if I'd have had a Coastal Cabana cardstock, that would have looked nice around the edge. I would have given it a bit more pop. But we are working with what we have, which is exactly what you will be doing at home. Okay, I'd love to know what you think. Very interesting colour challenge. Please do click below for direct links to the shop, where I'll have all of those coloured ink pads there for you to click and buy if you want, etc. Love this punch as well, very useful. Please do like and subscribe if it's the first time you've visited. I'd love the support. Thanks ever so much, everybody. Please continue to stay safe out there, won't you? Lots of love. Say bye-bye.